Alright, so right here you can see the exact difference between earlage and silage. This is where we chop silage, this is where we're chopping earlage. This is a problem. Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Andrea. We are going to be chopping earlage today. It's Wednesday. We were going to chop Monday, and then we got over an inch of rain, or an inch of rainish, Sunday night, Monday morning, and it was too wet to chop and not rip up the rye. So we're going to chop today. So come along for the fun. We'll talk about what earlage is compared to silage, show you the process, put the drone in the air, all the things. We did also start calves on feed, so I gotta move the feeder wagon and we'll get them fed, get the fats fed, get the cows fed, and then get ready to chop. It's about 7:30 right now. We're gonna start chopping around 9 a.m. At least that's when Ron's gonna show up. And we gotta mix our inoculant for the earlage since it's probably a touch dry. I just smacked my noggin. I'm struggling today, guys. And yes, the 175 is back. It was a wire and a controller electronically inside, so I was very excited for it to be back because it just does so much better feeding. We kind of got a redneck feed these guys, calves anyways. It's very much a two-person job. So we mix the feed, I unload the feed into the bucket of the JCB, Dad dumps the feed over the gates into the bunks. That's how that works. Not, you know, it's not the most like highly efficient thing. Dad's loading right now. You'll see him right here in a minute. Coming right there. And then I'll unload into his bucket, and then he'll go bucket by bucket. It's like 3 to 4 buckets usually, 3. And goes and dumps in their bunk. It's a very small load of feed for calves. So the calves average 500 pounds. And they are still on mama's nursing. And they are eating 2% of their body weight in TMR, in addition to creek feed and free choice hay and any of the cow feed they go eat out of the bunk. These calves are hopefully, fingers crossed, not going to skip a beat when we wean them because they are eating so much. So your goal with growing calves is them eating 2 to 2.5% of their body weight, and these guys hit that like 3 days on feed, just TMR. So with everything else, they're definitely eating at least 2.5% of their body weight while they're still nursing their mom, which is freaking fabulous. And then I think we're also gonna try to get the calves home from my house this week, and maybe from Matt's early next week. Dad has fourth cutting alfalfa down, raked some of it yesterday, probably finish raking it today, maybe bale it potentially. We will let the corn stalks dry from the earlage, roll those corn stalk bales up. I will drill that rye, we will fence out here, we can preg check cows, we'll start soybean harvest, we'll let the cows out of the barn. We'll then get into corn harvest, we'll then roll up a ton of corn stalk bales and move 1,000 plus of them home. It's gonna be wild, it's gonna be busy season, full on. 'Tis the season, folks, 'tis the season. A little bit of spillage, not terrible. It's like maybe $1 worth of feed. I do what you gotta do until we have cows out of the barn and we can use the bucks. There he goes again. You can see we only have 570 some pounds of feed left on the scale. They are doing so well. Bunks are full down there. I'll just move some of the feed, scoop it over a little bit. Make sure they can reach it. Like I said, it's not the most highly efficient thing, but it works out. I think I have one calf not feeling super great from when we worked them. They get a little bit of an immune response. Oh, he actually looks pretty good. They get an immune response to Vista once sometimes. If there's anything underneath lingering, it'll bring that to the surface. And then you just kind of got to watch them a little bit. But everyone, for the majority, look really good. It's always one or two. Just a modified live. Sometimes it hits them a little hard. There's still some babies inside. There's a calf that had the broken leg. Looks good. Hi, babies. They must have the right amount of feed now. They're not all rushing to the bunker or to the bunk like they did yesterday. I think we're sitting pretty now. Your goal when feeding cattle is that you have a third waiting at the bunk, a third that walk up to the bunk when you feed, and then a third that are doing something else in general. That's a good rule of thumb. To know that your feed intake is at a good level overall, that you're not ahead of them too much and that you're not too far behind. All right, so this is where we're starting our pile. It's gonna be a smaller pile than last year. We're only gonna chop like the 40 acres that are left. So we have corn silage left over. We're gonna come through here, dump here, make our smaller pile. Just enough to feed over the winter. They don't have to grind corn. Instead of going and getting more corn to chop, we'll just do that and go from there. We're for sure gonna feed our own calves. I don't know if we're gonna buy any calves this fall because, to be honest, they are so expensive right now. It's getting close to 3,000 bucks to buy freaking feeder calves, and it's just, no thank you. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, but we can always feed cracked corn. We just want the earlage in the cold months not to have to grind corn when it's -40. So, and then we can finish out this field so I can fence for the cows and let them out. As you can see, it's just a regular old corn head. That's how we do earlage. Can we take a moment to appreciate the 1188, how nice these ears are, these cobs? This corn, mighty fine this year. All right, so right here you can see the exact difference between earlage and silage. This is where we chop silage, this is where we're chopping earlage. Earlage is just the corn cob, corn of the plant, and the husk all in one feed source, whereas silage is the entire corn plant. So if you think about it, when you're leaving all of this like dry matter, fibery stuff on the ground, earlage is gonna be a lot higher in energy. It's much more efficient for feedlot. You can feed it to cows too, but our cows don't need that energy usually. So the silage goes to every single type of animal or every single stage of cattle on the place. The earlage goes to calves and then those feedlot fat cows. So that's the name of the game, and as you can see, there's a lot less coming out the spout. That's just simply because you're not gonna get as many tons per acre that you do with silage because you're leaving all the trash in the field. So like I said, we'll let this dry and then we'll roll up corn stalk bales out here since we're about out and be good to go. Maybe we will make one full pass down. Maybe, just maybe. And I got a new wagon. Ron bought, I mean, it's definitely a used wagon, but a new to him wagon. So we'll see. I think it's bigger than the other ones. And he said it unloads really fast. Alright, so we are chopping earlage, as you can see. I have Holly from Koima Ag here. So we're gonna do a little what is Koima Ag? Which you guys have heard me talk about a little bit and tag them in some videos because that's where we get our silage covers. And there'll be more to come, but Holly, you can do your spiel.
At Koima Ag, we're out of Rock Valley, Iowa. We are your one-stop shop for replacement parts for forage harvesters, combines, mixer wagons. We make and manufacture all of our replacement parts down in Rock Valley. Right there, locally made in Rock Valley, which is awesome.
USA.
Yes. We stock over 5,000 parts right in Rock Valley. We do same-day shipping. 80% of our orders are same-day shipped. So we're keeping you in the field. Everybody's kind of go time and harvest right now. So we're keeping you in the field. We're getting your parts to you. Obviously, we have options to be able to do next day air, 2-day or whatever you need to get your parts to you quicker as well too. We know it's important to keep your equipment moving and your machines operating during harvest time. So whatever you need for all your harvest needs, Mag is your go-to shop.
Yep, they do ship internationally. I was going to make sure I mention that too, because I do have quite a big audience now from like the UK and Germany and Ireland, which is fun. I did see you guys ship it. You guys did a little like tour of like, where is this going? And it was like across the seas. And it was pretty like, within a week they were to get parts, which is pretty quick.
10 days or less.
Across the pond. They're one of my newest partnerships. We talked about that. They also have dump wagons if you're local. We're trying to get one to make it work out, but we don't get enough of a notice shopping that it just like didn't work out logistically. So yeah, and salad sharps, we got that going. Let's go get another one today.
We also only have one ag trailer in stock right now. We only have one 30 ton.
Or do they all sell?
Yeah.
She's just hanging out. We're just riding around. She's working, sitting in a tractor. Wow, it's so rough right here. I feel bad I'm running over the rye and the turnips, but it'll be alright. So we're making one full pass before we get full, so definitely you can see that the tonnage is a third, to be honest, of what it was when we were doing silage. There's a lot of corn stalks out here though, which will be nice for all of a good handful of bales, since we have, I counted like 6 bales left, corn stalks from last year, so it'll be good to get some fresh corn stalks so we have more bedding again and keep rolling. But Holly's headed to go find the next shopper to get some content with for work stuff, all of that jazz. Make sure if you are in the market for any of that, you check them out. They're good company, good crew, and local to me, so, and US made products, which big fan of that. We probably are 65% of the way done chopping earlage, so I'll throw my drone in the air here shortly, try to get some footage and keep rolling. Rolling. I think we only got a couple passes left. This may be my last pass, guys, and then Nathan might have to come back for some partial rows, but there he is. Mom was driving the truck, and the next thing I know, Nathan's driving the truck, so. It's a little baby pile of earlage this year. It's not very much, but it's enough to get us through the winter. I'll show you how much corn we have left. This is the tallest part of the corn, which is fun, because we'll have a lot of corn stalks out here to bale up. And I think it's the better part of the field from when the crop adjuster was out here, so we're also getting slightly bigger ears on this side of the field, so that'll help with tonnage of earlage since it's just the ear of corn. But see, there's not a lot left. I might have to come back for one more maybe. Look at that! I'll come by, let's see the chopper. The corn got some good height. It ain't no California corn, but it is some pretty good corn for our neck of the woods.
We done. The field has no corn left in it besides a little bit that they're wrapping up. And Sterling is about done packing. This is a small enough pile we don't have to have the 4-wheel drive going. And he can keep up with how the speed that we go because it's not as much silage and much feed coming at one time. So I also put the earlage here because if we get a dry summer and we decide to pour a pad, we could pour a concrete pad here for silage next year. And this is a story about how we were actually in the right place at the right time. And yes, that is me running, and here comes Dad because we found this lovely thing in the feedlot. This is a problem. Oh, you assholes. What the hell, guys? Really? Oh, it's a nice look over and it's spewing water. Beautiful. I love that for us. At least we were home and saw it right away before it got their yard soaked. Crisis averted. Crisis averted. We gotta fix it. But we got her up now at least. Once again, we gotta measure the plow. Go length first. 80. Dad thinks the alfalfa was ready to bale, so we're gonna go test it. Just a tiny little windrow.
We'll make squares.
Square bales, and then Chad will bale the rest and be going mock Jesus. Yeah, that's, you know, get some good growth. Do what you gotta do. It was too much not to mow, and it was not a lot to mow.
Ooh, that is dry.
Is it? What's your bet? What's your guess?
P for power.
24?
Ooh.
Do it again. 25.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if that's just wet.
Sterling doesn't give a care.
It's 24 to 29. It's mostly dry, but some of those stems are a little noodles yet. So I have to go shower and head up to Brookings. I'm gonna go speak to the SDSU Block and Bridle Club at South Dakota State University, for those of you that are not local to understand what SDSU I'm talking about. So anyways, Mom went to go get the cover from Koima. Dad is raking alfalfa. I don't know, I think they're gonna bale it tomorrow. We're gonna square bale. Soybeans are getting very close. We'll roll corn stalk bales up on Friday, I think, which is Wednesday today. Cover the silage pile tonight or tomorrow morning, not really sure. And keep rolling, so. Now you know, I'm sure they'll take some footage. We'll just keep this video rolling, but that's what the game plan is now. I gotta go shower and keep rolling and head that way, so. Good morning. We are going to cover the pile. It's not gonna take very much. When I add to the fun, Dad broke the rake yesterday. Sterling.
What happens?
Should put the picture in here so they can really get the idea. So we are grinding corn. You can't tell, it's really loud out there and dusty. We had to grind corn today and had some spoiled corn that came to us with opportunities. Really not that spoiled, but it's too unfit for the elevator.
It's just got a little bit of moisture must have got in the bin, and there's just like one kernel out of every like 30 or 40 is a little like black, but not, it's like speckled. It's not actually bad. Elevators are really fussy though, because then like they can't sell it, they can't store it, etc. But we can grind it, feed it to the fat cattle, have absolutely no problem. So thumbs up for that. That's what we're doing now. We're gonna kick off soybean harvest today too. They're gonna start some of my uncle's soybeans right around his place. Work on opening up that field, getting her going, seeing how it goes, making sure obviously the combine is working, get all the bugs worked out, all that jazz, and get rolling with soybean harvest. Outside of that, forthcutting alfalfa, I think we're in a square bale tonight, this afternoon. And waiting on the corn stalks out here from Earlage to dry down. We got the pile covered, no tires yet, we'll get there eventually. But at least it's covered, it can ferment, do its thing, keep rolling. So that's the name of the game right now. Well, I forgot to close out my video yesterday, so we're gonna close it out this morning and keep rolling. We started soybean harvest yesterday. Had the typical day one breakdowns with tire issues, etc., you know, all that fun. Day one is always like a, yeah, we're ready, and then it's a wah, wah, wah type of deal. So we also baled 240 bales of, or small square bales of alfalfa last night. We have more to do today. That was fun. As always, got any questions? Thanks for watching, hang with me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one.